Okay, my name is Tudela Jr. I'm of Chamorro descent. I was born and raised on Saipan. I grew up in the village of San Vicente. My connection really to the Marianas is pretty deep. I've been very passionate with our local Chamorro language, traditions, and whatnot. So I'm also a local music recording artist, and that, of course, inspired me to get deeper into the language, and not only that, inspire others, mentor kids, learning the language through music. So those are little things that I played a role on into preserving our language and culture. It is basically storytelling. It's like bridges through generations, no? So I feel that storytelling also maintains history, the passing of history, again with language, traditional skills, and way of life, no? So the way we grew up, we are given that responsibility by our parents to make sure what they have taught us is passed on to the next generation. Literally, me growing up, the number one thing that my parents always emphasize is respect. So that's one thing that that's instilled in me, and it remains a mission and a goal for me to make sure that my kids, my siblings' kids, is in that that way of teaching from that was passed down, no? And of course, language. I try my best to make sure that the Chamorro language is passed on to my kids. I know social media and online resources have taken control, and of course, it makes it a little bit challenging for me as a parent to continue. But of course, I have to stay positive, and I have to commit myself to do my best, because I feel it's a responsibility on my part, and I take that seriously. Growing up in San Vicente, actually I was the firstborn child from my mom and dad, because my other siblings were raised in Susupi. So when they moved to San Vicente, I was the first child here in 1972. So I grew up in this community where we're at right now. I grew up with the kids around this area, although I was in the private school at the time. I didn't really mingle a lot with the communities around here because they were attending public school. However, when I moved to San Vicente School, after my 5th grade, I started here in 6th grade. That's when I started to really get into the kids around here, no? So we grew up together. We have so many stories about going to tuturam and learning survival stuffs, going into the woods. But I know there are a lot of teachings from our parents to really be mindful of our actions, and when you go in the woods or at the beach, and there's sayings not to shout at the beach, for there's consequences such as making the currents and water rougher and stuff like that. And of course, in the woods, anything you do, basically you have to ask permission. Even to take leaves or whatever, we have to always ask permission. I mean, not only growing up saying that you have to ask gwela to pee, but basically anything you do, even to cut branches or whatever, there's known incidents where people get sick because spiritually, these spirits do harm to you. So, of course, those are things that we were taught growing up to be very be respectful to the spirit side. I grew up as a farmer, helping my parents at the farm. I've been fishing all my life, and of course I've been doing music on my own. So I was the first recording artist in the family, and I kind of inspired a lot after I released 2 of my albums. I inspired a lot of my siblings' kids, and they really got to expose themselves more, singing the national anthem, CNMI national anthem, in both Chamorro and Carolinian. Although we didn't grow up learning the Carolinian language, but that's one example of learning the language through music. I'm not I don't know Carolinian language, but I know how to sing the national anthem in Carolinian. So basically, what I'm saying is music to me is a big factor to learning language. Most of my songs are dedication song, and mostly family oriented kind of music. So I dedicated one to my parents and including the family. I've done music for the unfortunate, the disabled, and so the song that I wrote for the disabled was one of my most touching music that even till now when I sing it sometimes I draw tears just although it's not a true story for me, but I put myself in that story that I heard, a disabled not being counted as one in the family and not treated as one, as being in that family. So in my song, I put myself in that situation and expressed that I have feelings, I hope that, things like this are not done unto other, disabled and unfortunate kids.
Express masayang bulat yung tungulo hasuan na gutunguang manyantim zaputi timatendi comprendi pag-iinuti.
Growing up in this community, family value is very big. And although our people moved to the States, these values are carried with them. And they maintain the culture, by having this family values strongly. And of course, with the respect and honoring the expectations of our elders, So it is very important to me, and I hope this is really an across the board thing for the, maybe I can say it for the entire Chamorro and Carolinian, because we're basically almost the same, no, in the way we live out here. I've seen differences with the way the Western style is, but it should be treated the same. To our understanding, we grew up in the Chamorro, in the Japanese era, and a lot of our parents grew up in that disciplinary style, or disciplined style, no? So that was really passed on to us, although we were caught with the U.S., no, after Japan. But I think it's relevant, and it still is very important nowadays, no? First of all, Days, I would like to give you a big shout out, no, an appreciation to what you do. It is very important. Although there's many ways to continue our efforts into preserving, lo comprendi na untsoge patemu, untsoge pateko. So utatanga na todo di siya manggay tiningo nisti put costumbreta, lenguajita, taimani kinalante ni linalota, ufafashion hamzu favor na no continua na karera sa piscina Paraguay o Sinahagua, no unisisita si Francis, si Ana, si Gary, the radio stations, todo no siya ni tumutsogi siya outreach para komunidad, no? O tafaisin siya za por favor umakontinuous ti sa importante sa manama si famagunta ni pipuro matungo lingwahita namamalo go lilia online famagun Chinese famagun Filipinos tapawag finu ninya ja namaguf di poron li makontinua jene peso fafaisin tau ta por favor na ta susteni sa manoyen nisto na responsibilidad ta gini ni manyanata para tapos papa jamung na manafakto gi jahogo sa tidebi kini gi mafanagwetta para ufakto gi jahogo ja para faho ni mama imanatati importante para tapos papa jatafan fino manamko tafan may gumauli, no, jan ginista ta soga no na konsiderasyon para ifamagunta, no, bula sinya mas be sangan lo enno be faisen no man artista no todo man kakanta man fagwaluan man pescador todo siya na tiningo nisisita ufan mapasa papa no importante para o susteni kulturata kinalamteta.